If you can stay in the community, receive your treatment in the community, with your family around you, your usual friends, then this all adds to the speed of recovery from the illness.
Welcome to a revealing look into one of the most unsettling tales of trust betrayed. Harold Frederick Shipman, known to those who knew him as Fred Shipman, was an English general practitioner whose criminal acts transformed him into the infamous Dr. Death.
That son of a gun killed my father on Christmas Eve.
It's a hard thing to go through, having a loved one dug up.
Born on January 14, 1946 in Nottingham, Shipman would go on to commit some of the most heinous crimes ever recorded in the annals of British history. Shipman's journey into medicine began promisingly after his graduation from the University of Leeds in 1970, but the early signs of trouble surfaced when he was fined for forging prescriptions in 1975. This early sign of his willingness to manipulate the system was a precursor to far more sinister activities. Despite this early scandal, Shipman managed to rebuild his career, moving to Hyde, Greater Manchester, where he eventually opened his own practice at 21 Market Street in 1993. Here, he cultivated a reputation as a caring and dedicated family doctor. However, beneath this facade lay a grim reality. Shipman's modus operandi involved administering fatal doses of diamorphine, signing the death certificates, and then altering medical records to justify the deaths as natural. Among the numerous tragic cases, two stand out for their particular impact on the investigation: Kathleen Grundy and Bianca Pomfret. Kathleen Grundy, an 81-year-old former mayor of Hyde, was found dead at her home on June 24, 1998. Her death led to the discovery of a forged will in Shipman's favor, sparking the investigation that would uncover his grim activities.
Sadly, nothing that's happened here, nor can happen in the future, can bring about my mum and all the other victims. We hope we can now have the space and the time to remember my mum as she was, a happy, active, caring, energetic, loving person whom we miss so much.
Bianca Pomfret, aged 49, suffered from multiple sclerosis and trusted Shipman implicitly. Her death in December 1997 was initially ruled as natural, but later investigations revealed that she had been administered a lethal dose of diamorphine, highlighting Shipman's ruthless exploitation of vulnerable patients. Shipman was eventually charged with the murders of 15 patients, though investigations suggested he could have been responsible for as many as 250 deaths. These cases were painstakingly documented for their clear evidence and patterns, ultimately forming the basis of the prosecution. Shipman's trial began in October 1999.
Cooperation and teamwork between the police, the Crown Prosecution Service, and the prosecution barristers has ensured a successful outcome to a unique and complex case.
By January 2000, he was found guilty and sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole.
Relatives of Harold Shipman's victims left court tonight knowing that one of the most dangerous men seen in Britain during the last century had been permanently removed from society.
The Crown Prosecution Service has been considering files sent to us by the police on a number of further allegations of murder against Harold Shipman. No decision can be taken as to whether it is in the public interest to pursue these allegations further until the views of the families concerned have been sought.
As the Shipman family left court, the greatest mystery remains why a trusted family doctor turned multiple killer.
Lily Crossley, if you'd like to look at that, just for the benefit of the tape. Dr. Shipman's eyes are closed and he didn't look at the photograph at all. Can you remember Lily Crossley at all? Okay, no answer. If I can also, it's going to be awkward this, you've been standing up and walking around, but I think this is what we're going to have to do. You might want to just sit back a little bit and then don't keep pushing in front of you. We'll now move on to the next death which we've investigated. This is in relation to the death of a lady called Elizabeth Pierce. That's Elizabeth Pierce. The three ladies there, it's the elderly lady dressed in black. For the benefit of the tape, Dr. Shipman's eyes are closed and he did not look at.
Would you want to make any comment, Doctor? No comment.
How far does this go? How deep is it? How many people have been murdered by Dr. Shipman? I don't think that there'll ever be an answer to that question. The only person that knows is not talking to us.
However, his story came to a grim close when he hanged himself in his prison cell at HM Prison Wakefield on January 13, 2004, depriving many families of the answers they desperately sought. The legacy of Harold Shipman is a grim reminder of the critical need for vigilance and accountability in healthcare. His betrayal led to significant regulatory reforms, aiming to ensure such a tragedy never happens again. The medical community continues to learn from these dark chapters, striving to protect the trust and safety of patients everywhere. Thank you for joining us in exploring the chilling story of Harold Shipman, a tale that serves as a cautionary reminder of the potential for darkness, even in the places where we seek healing and comfort. Stay safe, be vigilant, and let us safeguard our communities against such tragedies.